Hi and welcome to Edwards Motorhomes. I'm Andy and today I'm going to do a handover video for you on this Malibu 540 van conversion. I hope you find it informative. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to start on the outside of the van and then we're going to work our way in. But the first thing I want to show you is just inside the passenger door, just here. And that's where we've got your bonnet release catch. Next, we have your fuel filler just there, which works off your ignition key, and your AdBlue tank just there. When we come to the cassette for your toilet, now, because you've got a swivel toilet on here, you have to have the toilet in the right position in the bathroom to be able to take the cassette out. And what you do is you just unclip from here and you'll slide round. Once you've got it out, just take the handle out. You'll take that to your Alson point on site. When you get there, take the cap off. Now, when flushing away, remember to press the orange button on the back of the cassette because that will allow the air to flow through so it won't gush out. It'll come out nice and easily. When you've done that, flush through with a hose, pour away again. Add your new blue or green chemical. Always put that into the cassette directly. Don't put it down your toilet because if you do, you'll stain the mould. When you're done, clip that back in just there, and there we go. Next, we have your hookup electrics just here, and your flue for your heating just here. When we come around the back of the vehicle, you'll see we have the parking sensors on your rear bumper. Just here, we have your water filler point. Again, that's just a hose, pop in. Underneath the habitation door, just here, you'll see we have this handle. Drop that down, and that is the release for your wastewater tank. Now, I'm just going to open up the habitation door. In here, we obviously have your fly screen. But what I really want to bring your attention to are these two switches here, if I come round. The reason being is you don't need to have your 12 volt turned on for these to work. So when you come into the van, you can pop these lights on so you can see. But you must remember to turn them off. Otherwise, you'll end up with a flat battery. And of course, we have your step switch just there. And that's the outside of your van. Let's take a look inside. So, your cab. What we have on the driver's door just here is your central locking controls just there. Your electric windows and your electric mirrors. Then we have your wash wipes, indicators and headlights just here, and your cruise control just there. Your 9-speed auto box, and here we have your tablet or your phone holder. So by unclicking there, you pop your tablet or your phone in. You can then charge it up through your USB just here or your 12 volt just there. When you're done, clip that back in, push those down, and there you go. Here of course we have your media center. And then we have your cab air conditioning and your heater controls. Down here we have your traction plus, your hill descent, we have your hazard warning lights, again to lock or unlock your doors, and your heated mirrors. Over on this side we have your cool box just in here. So again, if you've got a bar of chocolate or a little bottle of water, as long as you've got your cab air conditioning on, that will stay lovely and cool just in there. Below that of course we've got your passenger airbag. Now next we have your seats. Now how your seats swivel is you've got this catch just here. So just pull on that and spin. When you've spun round, there's these two catches on the side of the seat just here. The front one will adjust the front of the seat, back one the back, and it works like on a rocker system. Next of course you have the wheel just here for your armrests, and you have your wheel just there for your backrest. Then we come to your Remus cab lines. So how they work is you pinch. When you slide out, keep them as straight as you can. And they'll work off a magnet just there. When you bring them back, again, get to that point, keep it nice and straight, tuck in at the bottom, and it will just clip in. Same when it comes to your cab lines, you just pinch and pull, and they'll lock into place just there. Now what is important is sometimes, because it works off a magnet, you can think you've got it nice and tight. you can be wandering around and it can fly open. So what you want to do is put an elastic band or a hair bobble or something around there, and it'll just make sure you don't have any embarrassing incidents when you put them back. Again, just make sure you clip them back in properly, especially the one on the driver's side, or you'll end up turning left and the whole thing will shoot across in front of your face. And there we have your cab. Okay, so then we come to your lounge dinette area. So the first thing, of course, is we have your table just here. Now it is adjustable. You pull that down and you pull your extender out. Again, if you want to put it back, you do need to pull down on the catch again to slide it back. Also, on this particular vehicle, you'll see just here, you have your solar controller, just there. And you do also have storage underneath. So press on those two buttons, lift that up, and you have storage. Now, this table can also be taken completely out of the van. You literally just need to lift and take it off the wall, and you can take it out. We also have good storage just here and here. And of course, above the cab, you've got a nice deep storage area just here as well. Okay, so next we're going to come to your heating and your 12-volt control panel. Now the first thing I want to show you is just here. This is your thermostat, and here we have your heating. So to turn that on, press your finger and keep it on it, press it again, and you get these 4 icons across the top. So we want to start with the third icon, which is your heat source. So you press on there and you have a choice of gas, mix 1, which is gas and 1 electric element, mix 2, which is gas and 2 electric elements, 1 electric element on its own, or 2 electric elements. Now we're plugged into the mains at the moment, so we would perhaps put that onto number 2. Once you've done that, you want to then come to your heat, and that then just takes that anywhere up to 30 degrees. So again, if you wanted it at 20, you just tap on the button there and it will hold it at 20 degrees. Second icon is your hot water, which we have Eco, which is 40 degrees, Hot, which is 60, or Boost, which will prioritise your hot water over your heating. Now, something important to tell you there is you don't need water in your system to run your heating, but obviously you do need water in your system to run your hot water. Then next we have your vents, where you have a choice of vents just on there, and you press, and that will take it anywhere up to number 10. And that's literally how much air you're pushing through your system. Then we come down here, and this is your timer. So if you like to get up at, say, 6 o'clock in the morning, you could set that for 5, and by the time you get up, it's lovely and warm. Then of course we have your clock. So to set your clock, you just go around on the dial, press the button for whatever time it is. And then we come to your settings. So with your settings, you can offset your screen. You can change your temperature from degrees to Fahrenheit, change the brightness of your control panel, 12 or 24-hour clock. If you fancy doing your heating in French, German or Italian, you can change your language. Index I'll come back to in a second, and to reset the system. So if you do something wrong, what will happen is there'll be a warning triangle come there. Now that could be something you've done yourself, or it could be a glitch in the system. If you tap onto the icon and you press on it, it will then give you a code which will then come up in your index. And it could be something like the fact that you've tried to put your gas on, but you haven't actually turned your gas on, so it won't work off the gas, or you've put it on for mains, but you haven't plugged it into the mains. If that does happen, it can take about 15 minutes to reset your system. But by tapping on there, it'll give you the code. You can go into index, it'll give you a list of any other codes you've had. You can always go back to Trimmer then and find out exactly what those codes are. Then we come over to your 12-volt control panel. This one here is for your media. So that will turn on your stereo. So again, you can run that through the leisure battery. This one here is your mains for your 12 volt. That is just telling us that we're actually plugged into the 230 volt at the moment. This one shows us your leisure battery. That shows us fresh water. That shows us your wastewater. And that shows us your vehicle battery. And there you have your 12 volt control panel and your heating. Next we have your kitchen. Hang on, I just thought, is this thing still turned on? It is, this one, okay. So next we have your kitchen. So to start off with, we've got your storage just here. We also have another storage area just under the seat here. And of course, you have all these 3 drawers, the top one being the cutlery drawers. And you will also notice you've got your gas isolator just there. We have the extender for your work surface just there, which again you just press, lift up to drop back down. With your sink, you also have a chopping board on this side of your sink cover. We have your 2 gas hobs just here, and then we have your compressor fridge just here. Now obviously with the compressor fridge it's just running off electric, and your controls for that are just here. So you'll see we have this switch. So if you turn that on, you turn your fridge on, and then by turning it up, that would just take your temperature down. And just above, we have your freezer area just here. And there we have your kitchen. Okay, so at the rear of the van, the first thing I want to show you is we've got these 2 catches on the door, either side. So you just press in there, put it slightly towards you, push away so you can open up your doors to their full extent. Then on here, we've got these boards on your windows, so you can't damage them if you're leaning against. But if you want to open your windows, you just slide up there and you would open them as normal, drop them down. You've still got your blinds and your fly screens just above. Here we have your gas locker. And above you'll see we have your smoke and your carbon monoxide alarm, and we also have your awning brace just there. Now, before we pop the beds up, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this piece off here and open up this panel. Now, you'll see here we've got your fresh water tank. So to drain down your fresh water, you just turn that tap there, that will drain down your system. And again, obviously tighten it up when you're putting water into your system. So, if we're lashing this up, first thing we do, push this one up to here. Then you have this catch, which will just clip onto there. On this side, take this piece of mattress over, put it there, lift up and catch. Now, these bars will just come out and then they will lash into there and you'll tighten them. So again, it means that they're out of your way. You'll also see here, you've got your second of your gas isolator switches, just there. And then underneath here, we have your boiler. Now, you'll notice that this has got the automatic drop. So if it gets down to 2 degrees, this will dump automatically. But with the switch here, you'll see you've got this little blue nodule just down there. Now if I open it, that will open up your tank. So any water that's in your boiler will drain down. Turn that to there, press that button in, that has now sealed your boiler. So again, at the moment it's closed. If that little knob's out there, it means it's open. Also, you do need to flick this brown switch up and that will drain down your hot water from your boiler as well. So there we have your hot water systems. Now, this area, you've obviously got your lashing points. You can also take this piece completely out as well, and then the whole thing really becomes a van in the back. And there we have the rear of your van. Okay, so next we come to your toilet and your shower cubicle. Now, with your toilet, it's a very clever design because this will slide away. But the first thing is, obviously you can spin the top round so you can get into the most comfortable position. Now, when we look in your toilet, you'll see at the moment the blade is closed. The only time you ever want the blade open is if you're using the toilet, and that's on this grey handle just here to open or close. Also, the blade must be closed for you to be able to take your cassette out as well. So, if we then want to spin this away, you just press that little catch there, and that will lock away underneath the wall. Just here, we have your sink, and of course we have your storage here and here. Now, the beauty with this is you've actually got screens around for your shower cubicle rather than actually having a curtain which is just going to stick to you. But to use the shower, the first thing you have to do is remove your ductboard. Then you just unclip here and here. You then slide this round and that then sticks onto the magnet just there. Then you unclip there and you slide around. And there we have your shower. Okay, so underneath your driver and your passenger seats, underneath your passenger seat you'll see you have your fuse board, and underneath your driver's seat you have your toolkit. So next we come to your awning. So the first thing with your awning is your awning brace. Now this is fully extendable. You just unscrew from and slide that to where you need it to be. Do remember to tighten it up. Next is on the end of your awning, you have these two little nodules here. And where they go is just in here. And then you literally wind. Now, what is very important, the manufacturers will tell you you only really bring your awning out about halfway before you drop the legs down so it takes the weight off. Now, with a van conversion, that's not too much of a problem, even if you're vertically challenged like myself. So when you get it to this point, you pull back just from here on this side and here on this side, and this will release your legs. So then you bring the leg down, and then what you need to do is push up like that, and that will release. You then slide this down and you just push down there. Same on the other side. Again, you bring that round, you push up and release. Get that down, push that down there. And then what you would do is you would carry on winding it out, bringing that out, and then obviously pegging it. And there we have your awning. So there we have your handover video on your Malibu 540 van conversion. Really hope you found it informative. If there are any other handover videos that you'd like to see, we have got a selection on our YouTube channel at Edwards Motorhomes. Thank you very much.